Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Sorry I've been kind of stopping the uploads for a little bit, but I'm back now and I have a few pickups that I was ecstatic to show you guys about. But things have been a little bit busy lately, but let's just get right back into it. So for today's video, I have a GBA SP. And you might notice this one's a little bit different. It has this clear shell and everything. Well, this one is hardware modded that I did not do myself, but I purchased like this. I'm not like some sort of, you know, I'm not really hardware mod kind of person, but this was a pretty good deal for getting USB-C as well as a very nice upgraded screen. And so I'm gonna be taking you guys through that today and showing you what I like and everything. But first, let me just plug in this USB-C real quick, just to show you guys. So yeah, so it's charging real nicely, and then let's see, this USB-C cable will show me like kind of the watts it's charging at. I think it might be, I might have charged it at full, kind of forgot, but yeah, right now 0.6 watts. So I think it's already honestly full, but it would charge a little faster, I believe. Not too much of a difference, but yeah. So it just charges nicely with the USB-C. Um, and then there's still the original like connector port just in case anything happens. Let me make sure this is focused on there. So yeah, but one of the bigger upgrades is kind of the screen. Let me get that in frame. Okay, hope you guys can check this out. But I do have some of the specs that I'll show in just a little bit. Right now I'm booting up Chain of Memories. I only have a few selection of GBA games, but I was going to get like a flash cart and fill that up and use that with. So yeah, so this is I believe it's called a High-Speed Dito version 5 IPS screen. Again, I'll show the specs in just a little bit, but here is what it looks like as best as I can show you guys through just recording from my phone on the screen. But yeah, it has neat little features, and there's this button here that will show all the screen effects. So if you quick press it, it will go through the brightness levels, and I believe there's about 15 of those. So yeah, nice and easy to adjust for like if you're playing, like at nighttime or something, the lights off, or you're just like in the car or something. Pretty easy to adjust. So if you hold it down though, that's when you get more options. And so right now we have the brightness, so I put it to 12, but I believe it does go 15. And then we also have color mode. So this, you can change the colors. This is just changing the actual screen itself. So yeah, whatever preference you have, there is probably an option for it. But I mostly stick to color mode 1. But if you play around, some of the settings can get pretty unique effects. Let me switch that back to 1, and let's go on over to pixel effects, which I absolutely love. So this is the first one, the first standard mode. So it's kind of like just the just whatever the IPS screen looks like, and it's beautiful and bright. Let me go back and change that. So you kind of have to hold it to navigate through the menu, which takes a little bit, but not too bad. So mode 2, so this is adding like the original Game Boy kind of like scan lines. I believe that shows up, but yeah, it recreates the effect of the scan lines. So it looks, pretty much exactly how I remember like my Game Boy Advance looking, although, with like a backlight and everything, which is funny. But I used to have a little attachment that you connect that was like a little nightlight on the Game Boy Advance, the regular one. and it would just shine a light directly on the screen. But now with backlighting and everything, the original SP when that came out, that was a huge deal that I remember. And I had a original like silver Game Boy Advance SP, and I absolutely love that thing carrying around, and that's why I'm pretty glad to get this here recently. Yeah, so I'm just quickly showing Chain of Memories a little bit. I haven't played this as much, but I will get into it at some point. But yeah, let me go back to the pixel effects. So yeah, this is pretty much what the GBA will look like if it had like backlighting and stuff, just like the SP by default. And so this is pixel mode 3. I think it might be vertical scan lines now, but it's pretty much just scan lines with like a little bit brighter of a effect. And I really like playing on this mode, especially just because it's brighter than mode 2, and it still has the scan lines. It still looks decently retro and everything. Kind of like that CRT effect, but you get more of the benefits of having this IPS screen. Like character models are more lit up, like Sora here. So I like how mode 3 looks. That's not what I want to do. Let me just get brightness back up. Let's see, 15, yes. Then in pixel mode effect 4, I think it's just a little brighter, so I'm not really sure. But yeah, pixel mode 1 is just like using the IPS screen as it comes with no scanline effects. And then mode 2 is like original GBA. Mode 3 is kind of making it brighter. I think it moves from horizontal to vertical scanlines, but don't quote me on that. I'm not really sure. And then mode 4, I'm not really sure what mode 4 is, but it looks about the same. I think maybe the scanlines are changed back to horizontal. That's kind of what it looks like. But yeah, actually I should have looked at that maybe on the video, but hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. And then one of the last like color sort of things is the desaturation. So you can adjust like how red things are or how little it is. Yeah, so devoid of all color, and then just kind of slowly adding it back to whatever your preference is, really. I was at about 18. I think it went up to 20. Yeah, I think 20 is just a little bit too much saturation. That's why I was on 18. Yeah, all these options and everything are incredible. And then there's just a couple things which I don't really know. I guess shortcut. Let me touch it. The brightness adjustment for him. I know I looked it up, but I kind of forgot. I don't think it's really important. And then just like a reset. So yeah, so let me just go back to pixel effect 1 because I think for the video it looks a little brighter and easier to see. Yeah, so I mean honestly pixel mode 1 kind of just looks like a remaster, more modernized version of the original like GBA games, because if you kind of look at it, it's like there's no scanlines or anything. It's just pure like IPS beauty of a screen. And it just feels like a remaster. Like I've never seen GBA games look this good without like emulating and upscaling and all that. But just playing this straight up on an actual GBA in this like recased shell that's like see-through, and then has like a higher capacity battery, and then USB-C. It's great. Like this is everything I wanted in a GBA SP, other than I did kind of want the silver color, but honestly the transparency is really cool. One little minor thing is just that if you're charging, here, let me turn on the sound. But if you charge it with USB-C, it will pause the audio because it detects it that the charging cable is like a output device, so it's like outputting to the cable, which obviously doesn't create any sound. So that's just one little thing, but really I don't mind at all if you just remember to charge it. every so often here and there. Honestly, the battery life is so great with this high capacity one, 950 milliamps total. So I don't really have to charge it all that often. I like just carrying this around just to bring out some quick gaming bursts when I'm out and about or traveling or whatever. Then this is great, just so pocket friendly. But yeah, once you take out the cable, sound will come back like that. And then one other thing is, so there is, with the addition of this USB-C, the headphone jack, sorry, had to be taken out. So instead, what the person who sold it to me to, they provided this like little USB-C headphone jack adapter. So basically, just plugs right in to the port, and then you can go ahead and just plug in whatever headset or whatever you want. Honestly, it probably would work if you just use like a Bluetooth transmitter to headphone jack dongle, but I haven't tested it out, so I'm not going to say for certain. But that would be something I will try out probably in the future at some point, just to see if it works. But yeah, just plug it in your headphones and stuff. That'll work and be good. Though it starts to look a little ridiculous, but just popping out of the back. But really, I mean, if you're used to SP, like you're used to playing Game Boy Color games with it sticking out like halfway there, so it's not really a big deal for me. It does get a little annoying with the cable, but honestly, it's in the back. It's fine. Honestly, USB-C is so much more convenient to have. Just being able to charge this, like if I forget to charge it, I can just plug it in the car easily while I'm going somewhere, or just charge it anywhere at any person's house or hotel or anything, because USB is so standard. I mean, if I just have my iPhone charging cable, then I'm pretty much set, because I'll always be pretty much carrying USB-C on me, and if I'm not, then I have it in my car. And so that's what I love about having this. So yeah, let me just bring up the specs. I've upgraded a little bit, and I have a iPad to show since I'm recording on my phone, which is why in my previous videos I've had to like bust out my Thor. But yeah, so this is the original listing that I bought it from. Um, you know, I hope there's no issue with showing the guy's like profile. I'm not going to go into it, but you can see his name. But honestly, he's great. Shipped it really well. Like, definitely check out his store and everything. 100% positive, 600 reviews, no issues at all. He stated exactly what was coming with it, and it's exactly the product you see here. Yeah, so let me just go through the pictures real quick. Yeah, so he's just showing off the USB-C and the high capacity battery, but let me just go into the specs that he so kindly wrote out and I'll be using for this video to show what my product has. So when he listed it, he pretty much said like brand new shell and buttons. Actually, I did kind of forget about that buttons are like he replaced. So it doesn't feel quite original, but feels pretty good. And I could always swap that out if I wanted to get into that. Let's see, it's the high-speed Dito version 5 laminated IPS backlit screen. So I guess this is a new kind of version, because I've seen other listings of SPs that are modded, and they have like version 2, version whatever other versions there are. Multiple scanline modes, so horizontal, vertical, and both. Okay, so that fourth pixel mode was both of them. That's why I could see the horizontal back. But yeah, it was horizontal and vertical. Color modes, frame blending. Oh, that is what FRM stands for. So I think there are only a few games that need that, and it's like very, very minor, but it'll fix transparency issues that IPS screens have on some games, but just leave it off unless you encounter some sort of those issues. Short press brightness, change brightness. Long press bring the screen menu. which is what I showed. Charges using USB-C, works with both types of cables. So I've seen some listings for SPs where it'll say like it only charges either from a USB-A to a Type-C cable only, and you can't charge it USB-C to USB-C, which is the cable I showed earlier was USB-C to USB-C. And then it also charges with a USB-A to C. For C to C, it would only charge with the cable in one direction. If it isn't charging, just flip the cable. So I haven't noticed that it does that. I've noticed that it just charges either way I plug it in. Let's see. Well, I'm a fool then, apparently. I guess I've only been charging it one way because of this screen on this cable, to be honest. So I messed that up, but you guys saw firsthand here. So yeah, just flip the cable, pretty much. Yeah, audio over USB-C, and then 950 milliamp battery. And then the guy also replaced the sound capacitor, so it plays at original volume. Power switch system clean. Yeah, so that's pretty much everything that this Game Boy came with as I purchased it. I haven't made any changes at all other than, just adjusting the screen to my liking. So let me go back to that fourth mode and show. Yeah, so this is horizontal and vertical. Honestly, it's very hard to tell. I could definitely tell the horizontal, but yeah. I mean, I think you can kind of see on the squares here. It has a different little pattern than this. Yeah, you can see it going more vertical and stuff, but I mean horizontal. But yeah, it's pretty much up to your preference. When I'm feeling nostalgic, I'll bust out Pixel Mode 2 because it's more true to what the Game Boy looked like, the SP looked like. So that's nice. But if I'm feeling like kind of looking at more modern sense, then I'll go on Pixel Effect 1, or pretty much gets rid of all the scan lines and then really brightens the image. Like it's exactly what the IPS will do. Oh my god, was I not showing that on this video? My bad, guys. But yeah, so just kind of touching on what I showed earlier. So yeah, so this one I bought for, let's see, 170 total. I think it was a great deal because you'll see kind of some other listings. Here, let's just check out whatever this is and block the name. Let's see. Needs 5-volt charger that does not wear out the battery. Okay. I was looking to see what high-speed Dito version they put in it. Let's see. This one says 7.1. What is that? I'm not really sure. But I'm not sure if there's a new high-speed Dito version. This one doesn't really say and has multiple different languages and stuff. This one's only 10 level brightness. This one's version 2. I will probably look into it if there are other versions, but really version 5 is great. Pretty much has everything I want. Has great brightness levels and everything, all the adjustables, and the scan lines you can add. So yeah, so kind of just looking at some of the other listings, I think I got a pretty good deal for having specifically an SP. A lot of the other listings are more expensive, or they're regular Game Boy Advances, or they're also a lesser version number. So I'm glad I bit the bullet on this one. Let's see, what is version 7.1? I'm not really sure. I guess it's the same guy again. Let me look it up actually if you guys want to hang out for a little bit, but if you guys want to tune out, that's totally cool. Thanks for showing the prior videos love, and I appreciate it. Speed Dito latest version screen. What comes up? High Speed Dito store. I believe they sell hardware mods and everything. Oh, they have AMOLED and touch for Game Boy Color. Oh, that's interesting. So instead of the button, you'll have touch controls to adjust, which would honestly probably make it way easier. But from what I'm seeing, this is only for the Game Boy Color. I'll need to see what they have for the SP, but that is honestly super cool, and I did not know that. Game Boy Color. So there's IPS OLED screens, AMOLED screens. Am I on the? Yeah, I'm just on the Game Boy Color section. Wow, they have a bunch of hardware mods, and this is actually super exciting. I'm not versed in doing these, but it's nice to see that you'll see like listings of people who have done this and are selling their hardware modded consoles. I think for right now, for a lot of things, it makes sense to just kind of buy it as it is with hardware mods instead of doing it yourself at the moment. Let's see. Oh, so this is actual SP they sell. HD IPS. So this is version 5. It has the menu and everything. Touch screen. Okay, so I guess some of the later screens now are like touch screen, though this is a IPS. Let's see. The only thing is it doesn't say USB-C on there. So yeah, so it looks like, even though this is 165, doesn't have the USB-C mod on it. So yeah, just quickly kind of showing that if you guys want to check it out, it's called High Speed Dido. They're the ones who have made the screen that I showed on my SP, and they sell a bunch of hardware mods, and I'm going to be looking at that later to see what it does. But honestly, I'm so glad I bit the bullet on buying that SP. Just need a flash cart, or just I'll even just buy some of the actual cards. The only thing is like when you see like Pokemon Alpha Sapphire is like 100 plus bucks, and Emerald's like 200 bucks or so. That is where it's like, okay, let me just buy a flash card because that is ridiculous. Obviously, disclaimer for Nintendo or anyone listening, you have to own the game in order to legally emulate it. So definitely buy the game before you get a flash cart and everything. Everything. Wink, wink. But yeah, so this is my chain of memories copy, and so let me know if you guys like this video. I do have another device that I wanted to show off that has a USB-C mod, but I'll be saving it for my next video. So if you guys want to see more of these, or you want to see me tackle more Android handheld emulator machines, or if you want more headphones or anything, leave a comment and subscribe, and it'll make it a lot easier to make those kind of videos if I know there's like interest and I'm not just yapping to myself on all of these. But yeah, thanks for everyone supporting the channel. Tune in next time, and I'll see you guys later.